mistakes. Learn to appreciate my mistakes. Just Jimmy got that.
Hey,
I mean, no problem.
I talked to you last year about the things that you struggled with your first year, and it kind of carried over for a while last year. But I think about maybe late October, you felt like things were starting to click, and then in the spring, you said everything was there. How do you feel now that you're a few weeks away from your junior year actually starting as far as games?
I feel a lot more comfortable in the defense. I feel a lot more comfortable with being a physical backer. That's something that Coach Chiz and Coach JP, wanted to see me work on this past spring and continue to work on this camp. Just being more physical linebacker, coming down and hitting things in the run and setting edges and things like that. So, the things that I worked on in the spring are definitely showing up in fall camp and stuff that I continue to work on.
Your teammates said it's never been a physical thing for you. It just seemed like there were some times with skiing that you kind of, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
How are you there 100% now?
I say I'm about 90% there. And to give you a little bit of comparison, I say during camp last year, I was about 40% there. So there's been a big jump. In all honesty, there's been a big jump of what I understand in the defense, how I know my role in the defense, and that was one of my goals in spring ball, was to understand where I fit things and how I played into the defense and where my help was in certain things. And having that goal in spring camp and accomplishing that goal in spring camp has transferred into fall camp, and it's made me a better player. So I'm about 90% there with understanding the full defense. Still things I need to work on, still things I need to get better at, but that's part of camp. You get better every practice.
All of a sudden, you're the most experienced guy, linebacker.
Right.
What kind of added responsibility does that give you?
It's kind of something that I put on myself to. It's kind of I talked with JP about it. Not allowing myself to make mistakes in practice, not allowing myself to make mistakes in practice. Not allowing myself to give myself excuses. So trying to come out and have a perfect practice. You practice to get better at things because you're gonna make mistakes and things like that. But not giving yourself an excuse to make a mistake. So that's something that I've kind of put an emphasis on.
Sounds like you're saying it really shrinks the learning curve for you.
Yeah. With being the oldest guy in the room in respects to year, playing experience, I kind of have to be the guy. Me and Dre honestly have to be the two guys that kind of anchor the linebacker room. So it's a lot of responsibility on me.
With Shaquille, incredible athlete, and Schaubert just so experienced, and so knowledgeable, and Shaquille was too, but he bounced around some different positions. How different is it now with them gone, and you're out there with Andre, you're out there, Cole has been lining up with the ones?
My freshman and sophomore year, I could definitely depend on Shot and Shaq to help me understand things. I could talk with them about, football in general, school life, things like that. Those, with them two being the older guys, they were 20, 22, 23, so they had lived a little bit longer than me and experienced things that I hadn't, so I could talk to them about things outside of football and, within the defense and things like that. But now I'm that guy, I'm giving advice to the younger guys, and I'm talking to the younger guys about, how tough camp will be, and you'll make it through it, it'll be all right, the same things that they were saying to me. So with them going the road that they played for me is kind of shifted to me, and I'm playing it for other guys.
Steph kind of threw Andre to the wolves last year, a couple series in the first half for Shot, so he could get ready for this year, calling the signals, all that kind of stuff, barking out what he had to say. He said that was the hardest part, getting the respect of the older guys. How much has he grown in that role from when he stumbled out there last year as a new guy, just barely out of high school, to where he is now?
We all respect Dre. We know he's a baller. He busts his butt in the weight room, busts his butt in the summer condition and everything like that. And me and Dre both, pick each other up. I've had a conversation with him, plenty of times about me and him being the two guys on defense in the linebacker room that I kind of have to, make up the slack for where Shot and Shaq left off last year. So me and him, pick each other up. If he makes a play, if I don't make a play, he'll come to me. We'll talk about it. He'll pick me up if he messes something up. I'll talk to him about it and everything. But with him, working as hard as he has, he's definitely gained the respect of the defense. Everybody on defense, everybody on the team too.